Hey guys, in this video I will be showing you how permissions assigned to various custom security roles impact the behavior of the APIs. Before we start, I'd like to review what we have so far. In the users section, when I go to security roles, there are two custom security roles. One is called driver, the other is called passenger. In the data section, I have users, and two of these users are assigned these security roles. So the user called Batman is assigned the role that is called driver. As you can see, it shows up as assigned. And the user called Captain America is assigned to the role called passenger. Now, in the order table, when I switch to permissions and then select roles permissions, the driver cannot create new objects, cannot update objects, and cannot remove objects, but the driver can retrieve. See, the find row shows the gray check mark, and the gray, by the way, means it is inherited from the global permissions. So the driver can retrieve orders. However, passenger can create, can update, but cannot retrieve and cannot remove orders. So these are the general rules. Now let's see how these rules, how these permissions impact the behavior of the APIs. To demonstrate this, I will switch to REST console. And using the user login, I can log in as any one of these users and then use REST console to generate the actual API calls that would be executed with the user identity of the currently logged in user. So let's log in Batman first. Batman at backendlist.com. The password is password. So now Batman is logged in. And when we click get, it does the retrieval of the data. So as you can see, the user with the role driver can retrieve orders. Now let's try to create a new order. And creating a new order can be done like this. So, and the order would need to have fair, and it also can have the from and to properties. And then from and to properties are geopoints in backendless, and the geopoints are encoded in the WKT format. So let's just pick any coordinates. Let's say 2010. They don't really make sense, but it's still a valid coordinate. And the to property is going to be point, let's say from 3040. Of course, these don't make any physical sense, but still, this is a valid JSON with the valid properties. So when we click post, as you can see, backend says user has no permission to create entity. And this happens only because in permissions, when we go to role permissions, create is not allowed for the users in the role driver. Okay. Likewise, if we were to try to delete an object, and let me copy one of the object IDs and paste it right here, and then click delete, it also says that the user has no permission to delete elements from the order table. If I were to log out this user and then log in Captain America, which is now a passenger, login is going to be captain at backendlist.com. The password is going to be password. So now Captain America is logged in. If I click, let's clear the object ID. When I click get, you see we get an empty collection, and the empty collection is really the indication that the user doesn't have property. There is a reason why we return an empty collection rather than an error, but I will not go into this level of details, but you just need to know when the user doesn't have permission to retrieve data, they will be getting an empty array back. However, now if I try to add and create this new order with these values and click post, the object is created. So simply because passenger or any user in the passenger role can create orders. So if I go to data browser, now we have this new order sitting in the database. In fact, there is actually a link to the owner ID, which will be a link to the user who created that role. And that user is going to be Captain America, as you can see right here. So this is a very powerful mechanism that allows you to control the behavior of the APIs with the permissions that you assign to roles. I hope you found this useful. This is very important element of backendless security, and you should seriously consider it when you start building applications with backendless. Thank you, and as always, happy coding.